Hey everybody, how y'all doing? As y'all can see, as we presented, I am really chilling in my essence on this rainy, September the 7th of 2024. And I came up here to chill. But what actually brought me up here, because I didn't have plans to make a video, I've been focused on other stuff. Like, I'm in the process of cooking dinner, so video won't be too long. My siren went off for a whole lot. So it relates a whole lot to YouTube. So I feel like somebody up here really is upset with me, right? So let me go ahead and talk to this person. So let's get into it, alright? Like I'm going to do a short recap, especially with all this energy right here. We have Mercury and Leo. So this great energy for passion, right? We have Venus and Libra, creativity and balance. Perfect time. I came up here a whole lot out of curiosity. Took a lot to believe in things. Now I also was going to school, also seeing a therapist. I had a whole lot. Now, at the time of coming up here, what really pushed me was because I was a little desperate. I was trying to get money. Just moved in my place, coming from homelessness. I really didn't have a lot of money, so I was trying to make second money. And once again, understand, I'm balancing out. So this is what this Venus part going to help me communicate this, because this is a balancing act in the mental part. And, Venus is full of creativity and everything, right? And we got Uranus. I already talked about the masquerade party. So that's what we having right now too. We still in it. Where the moon at? The moon is in Scorpio. Look at there, Scorpio. Go with my sun sign. But it's not my moon sign. So the thing is, right? And through my journey, right, which when me and you separate, you kind of walked into this journey in like a worship type of form. Like you walked into the energy itself, the one in itself, and how you anointed. You're anointed from a worship type of stance, right? But at the time, even in worship, you have a consumption problem, right? So you're in the worship, but you're very earthly in the worship. You're like, you go into the guys and like, I got all this plan. I could bring them to recognize all of this. So you go into the people and you putting the things in ideas. That's your role, right? So my role didn't quite walk into it from that point of view. I won't into proving any worship because you already did it. So once again, this is the proof. I never came to step on your toes. Being in the one and with your educational history, we shouldn't act like both of us is not educational, because this is what our battle is in an anonymous state of conversation. You feel what I'm saying? So now about me when I came up here about all the twin flame and stuff. Yeah, on my journey, with my self discovery, you have your contacts, and you post the different angels and things that you talk to, right? I don't make those types, okay? Except when I come in tarot, that's all of us in here together. But during my teaching time, twin flames is connected on an animal level. See, This is the law of mentalism where twin flames lie at, okay? It's not within the law of gender or anything. It's just a law of mentalism, because twin flame is a theme. It's a fascist statement. Is the energy that you put out there to begin the worship process. All of this was anticipated and given or whatever. It was utilized. It's still part of history, okay? So in the thing of it where twin flame becomes so embedded in harmonic philosophy does contains the law of gender, but it begins in the law of mentalism. When it gets to the law of gender, it's more or less like the law of manifestation or the law of attraction. So down here in the publicization of manifestation and the law of attraction, these was the things that was rising up through the law of gender. Okay. So the point of coming up here, I was not going to put myself or engage myself just for a dollar bill to be humiliated or put down. And just because I was new to the game or just coming up in here, I felt like if I'm going to be me and I'm going to be in my gift, then I'm going to do what I got to do. Because, see, they took me down a path of seeing my personal Arcash records, right? And I haven't even quite put together all the comment that comes out of my Arcash records, because there's a lot of stories. There's a lot of clips to stories, and it could be one whole story that's clipped from other stories. Like, I don't know how to describe it. That's just the state of the knowing and part of the state of mentalism. So when I do my videos, I do my videos from my history, my essence, my energy, and my connection within the oneness, whether it's through using the terminology ancestors, clairvoyant, clairaudient, clairsentience, or what, the list could go on and on and on. Okay? So I know that this energy is picking up, and yeah, I'm going to say I am what I am. I know that I'm a gray. I found out I was a gray up here. It was one of my clairaudient moments through my throat chakra. So the experience within inside of my educational and spiritual nature of my introverted side, indulging into the curiosity and also being forced into the curiosity because it was something that was meant to be upon me. So through that pathway right there, I have learned myself, and I love myself. I love me. All the themes that's out here that's running in the world, all of us meant to run in the world. I'm only going to go but so far deep. The reason why I only go so far deep, because I'm going to talk about things in a way that some people don't want to comprehend or hear. There are different forms and fashions of ways that people want to interpret positive terminology and negative terminology through word usage forms that comes in a communicative way, whether it's through reading a book or having a social event or watching something in a setting that requires you to watch it through some type of projecting device that influence your visual input and output sensory systems. So I will go that highly deep on people, and so it's not worth me really going that highly deep, because free will exists. Whether I have the right word, I think that's the best part about going to school. I think free will would be something that would be debated a whole lifetime, a long time ago, especially with technology coming up. So I know we was already in school debating about whether artificial intelligence free will equates to the Homo sapien free will. Who has more freedom in the species department with artificial intelligence being classified now as a species. So the debates of the conversations is going to be a long time. And I can only imagine because of our comprehension skill. No, I can't support a whole lot of awakening. I think awakening to me, where I come from, is all about wisdom. It's all about maturity. It's all about life choices. It's all about life experiences. Now, far as things happening, yeah, technology came through. There was a whole Y2K. People was into computers. What made people get on social media? What made social media even grow? I mean, if we're talking about the concept of timing and intelligent level that Homo sapiens take upon themselves to say, we invented this, we spreaded this, and this began to read the stars. We give credit to a lot of founders with technology and astrology, the growth of cell phones. What made it so big? I mean, when you're talking about being clairvoyant, or whether we had telekinesis, telepathic communication before telephone landlines existed, whether we really did use the can to communicate, regardless of the fact, there's the law of polarity. So within itself, we have many forms of worship. And many ways of applying the theory of worship are giving thanks, or reward system, or the pursuit of happiness on this planet. So within all those self-discoveries right there, I mean, we come through a point of time. I mean, my grandmother generation was known as the silent generation. My mother is the baby boomer. I'm the Z. My kids is millenniums. I mean, I'm X. My kids is millenniums and Zs. Then I got my grandkids who's going to be Zs and alphas. Like, what make us even agree to those? So having a collective consciousness is very much something that is provable, that is here. Is nothing to debate. I think collective consciousness is what gives us the capability to understand within our social groups how we communicate and interact, even when it comes to domesticated animals being involved, domesticated plants, or the food we consume, or what diet we choose to have. All of that good stuff. So what I'm showing and displaying is basically the calm side. Right before I was about to come up here, the song by T.I. Dead and Gone came on while I was prepping everything up. And I felt myself subtly changing from everything that was running through me. All the women, red pill, men, and all this stuff is hilarious. To me, is very historical. It goes, all the way back to when we talking about a matriarchy society, where the matriarchs used to have 3 and 4 husbands. They control the population. So, you're talking about whether the stories are true about the Amazonian women and the Centaur men and how they live apart. There is so many historical battle of the sexes. All the way, I read different books like, all the way back in the 1400s, if a male had a rectal dysfunction problem, a woman, if he was with the woman, she would be prosecuted as a witch. Now, you're talking about I really was bliss manic because I don't know whether to embrace it as a compliment. Like, oh wow, we intimidate men like that. So maybe that's why domestic violence is so high. You know, not confronting the proper wounds. You know, is crazy on whatever predictions come out here, whatever people we seek for counseling and help, and still the balancing that within the crime rate. The balancing that in all the influences that we have, the competitiveness is very amazing. And I really don't. I have really been introverted, and my spiritual journey shaped me for a lifetime. And the weird part about it is, it's not the fact that I'm not me or anything. It's just the fact I'm getting older. You know, my journey, I can't tell nobody. Like, having an empathic experience within your past, or having a clairvoyance, third eye, chakra essence within the remnants of your past is what those are. Living in the now is so constant change that those things matter more with decisions you make than anything. Because they did already happen. But something that you're going through that just don't look like what already happened, it's the same energy. And I that's the way and how I read all comes from all of that energy and experience, the way that they able to manipulate me. I mean, it's so many secrets into what is cause and effects. And that's one of the Hermetic laws, the law of cause and effect. Okay? So, we had the sun in Virgo at 15 degrees, 33 seconds. So, you know, that Virgo energy is affecting me. So, you know, I even just recently got a book. It is so neat. And I got it right in time. And I think I got it in time because the universe already knew I was going to experience this energy of being this devil type. And, you know, this book is all about that. It's amazing how we grew up in time with all these themes about the devil, or we'll say God is jealous. But we'll describe the devil as the one who was jealous of God. Now, it's also amazing all the people of how we come upon a time like the first time that we ever seen, just imagine if you was the only people up here. Imagine if you was having sex as Adam and Eve and the first child that came out. What would have possibly stopped you from calling it a devil? Because I don't know how much wisdom, I don't know how much common sense was that everybody is giving to Adam and Eve. It seemed like they give them a whole lot because people was quick to say Eve was evil because she got deceived. But how much common sense? Like, in this very day, people have kids and could look at a newborn baby and realize that their common sense ain't formed. But they could go all the way to the Garden of Eden and believe common sense was there and still talk about it was a man who was against women that wrote the book. King James was hanging witches. And people could consciously say all of this. So when I talk from my heart about competition, there's nothing to compete with. In itself, if we pay attention to reality and listen to the conversations that we actually hold, when astrology has these aspects of conjunctions and squares and oppositions and inconcucts and trines, sextiles. Do you know somebody's mind is in the sextile form? Because they literally flowing with the conversation. And they is sextiling their ass off. It's never a moment that the stars or the aspects or anything that ever got invented is not playing a role in our life. It's not a moment where the symbolism of it is not reflected, whether it's all the way in the back of our head or whether it's right before us. It's never a dull moment with it. There's no way I could prove it all, because I'm not going to be all over the place. And I like minding my business too. There's laws that we all must play within. I enjoyed learning that when I was in the school for philosophy. The different laws that actually is here. Whether we call it the different planes. There's many ways to describe it. But it's all about what? The common sense within the collective level frequency. 144 is the frequency. It's always got it. What do the 1 going to represent? You could say a square is for the 44, but what can a 1 represent? Can it be that opposition? Can it be that concuts? Do you want to say metrically? No. But if you use the whole 144 metrically, yes. So which way does it perceive for it to be a yes or a no? It's always a contradiction. Which aspect do you think relates to a contradiction? Or what alchemy within the elements using the zodiac signs cause a friction, uncomfortability? If the planets move to a certain zodiac sign and feel detriment to you, so where is that detrimental side at? When does it ever leave? So also considering that Pluto is in Capricorn, all about our use, and I might not be a true Plutonian just because I'm Scorpio. I just could just go with the common sense or go against the train. Do you know the debate of the connection with Scorpio and Pluto is so highly debatable that me being in the law of polarity, I'm perfectly balanced within Venus, which is in Libra, right? Now, I haven't went down to see all the connections, but let's see if Venus and Pluto got a connection going right now while I'm talking. Let's see. I don't know. Let's see it with Mars. I see Venus with the North Node and Lilith. That's all I see. I see Pluto with Neptune sextiling, Mercury concuts, a square with the Moon, a trine with Uranus, a sextile with Neptune. So Pluto got all that going on right there. Now, the North Node does have a concuts with the Moon, and it has a square with Mars. So, I don't know. I'm not no guru. I just love to have fun. All of that is in Aries. Now, as far as my chart goes, now, my Moon is in Aries. Oh. My Moon is in Aries, though. So, let's see real quick. I'm going to pull a couple cards and end this on a smiley little tone so I can go ahead and finish cooking. Right? This beautiful retrograde. There's so many retrogrades. Look at them. Look at all those retrogrades. This thing is sweet. We're in a crescent moon too. Oh, look at there. Mars is in Cancer at 1 degree and 44 seconds. What I just talking about that? And Mars got a square go. Mars had the square going on. Then Mars had square. Mars at 1 degree is 44 seconds. Mars have a square with Neptune and an Inca cuts with Pluto. It has a sextile with Mercury. It has a trine with the moon. It has a square with the North Node, and it has a square with Lilith. So it has 3 squares going on at 1 degree 44 seconds. That is so sweet. And then Jupiter is at 19 degrees 44 seconds. And that's still like a 1. Look at it. Look at it. Like, I wasn't even paying attention to none of that. But I'm just saying that 144, yeah, that's that frequency though. You know what I'm saying? So, and Mars in Cancer. And I know, in some of my chart, my Pluto is with Gemini. So, I mean, I don't know how the universe want to talk to us. But let's see. Was I on the right track of what I was talking about? Let's see whether we'll do this confirmation. Let's see, I tap into them. I chime into them a lot of times on these situations off the clock. So let me pull some cards up here. And I like this new deck. This Circle of Life, this sweet. This is a sweet deck to interpret. For real. It could be complicated. Was all of y'all trying to come out? Okay. I think I got a confirmation as a yes. Because the bottom card here, the shadow card here is the 4 of Pentacles. This is so beautiful, right? This is sitting here like, you know what I'm saying? I understand about being called a devil and I came up here. You're sending all these vibes and all these attentions like, okay, we're going to all check it out to the retrograde right now at this point in time. See how that 4 of Pentacles like got that beast right there? So basically I just came up here. Yeah, I needed to just put this message out there. You know what I'm saying? That's my confirmation. And let y'all decide. Whoever come and view, because I don't get no views, right? Alright, we good. This is so pretty. So, Judgment card came out. That's what I just said, right? We have the 5 of Swords also came out. And we had the Chariot. No matter who might want to say, if we wanted to capitalize on this event, the Tata Nest, it's okay because you don't want to know why? That chariot that's right here, that's a major arcana. You feel me? That's a major arcana. And with a major arcana coming out like this, like, we're going to keep it moving forward. Everything been said. See, that's when I'm talking about my angels, the one that's source energy. It got all the rest of it. So your denial, when it comes to this 5 of Swords, right here, don't nobody care. My energy put it out there. You made a call. You're trying to figure out what. This is all that I can give you to figure out. This is all that they want me to give you to figure out. Is this conversation that's had. And I'm about to go ahead with this chariot and go finish cooking my dinner. Have a great day. And be posted today. Bye-bye.